for those of you that have been watching us for years, you've seen our evolution, if you will, from just running around in the backwoods of Idaho to chasing after everything that the Lord has out here in this unreal creation. And this here signifies a major milestone in my life and a major milestone for Limitless. This is a new chapter, and I want to welcome you to the brand new chapter of Limitless in Alaska. Hope you enjoy this season as much as we enjoy putting it together. All right. Anybody having fun yet?
Always having fun.
Oh yeah, this is perfect. Oh. What do you think, guys?
Well, Steve, we're gonna get the sheep hunting experience here.
Oh my.
Sheep hunting is just flat out demanding no matter how you slice it. It is mentally demanding, it is physically demanding, and you can't have just one or the other. It's gotta be both. And every situation is totally unique, where the sheep are, the obstacles that are between you. But one thing that is for sure is getting to sheep is gonna be difficult. Between flying in the plane, finding a spot to land, getting yourself up there, and then just getting lucky enough to have good enough weather to find them, and then finding a legal ram. It's just an incredible process, and the thing is, when you go the distance with it, it's one of the most memorable things you can ever do in your life, is to chase after these animals where God has built a fortress of rock and just nastiness around them to keep people out. And so very few men will ever get to experience it. But if you're one of the lucky few that do, it'll change your life forever.
Snag on.
You're good, dude. Just keep going. No, keep going. You're not snagged on anything. Keep climbing. All right, we pulled up here first day. It is staggering coming up that when you haven't hiked all summer or spring or winter. It's been 9 months. We've got a yard sale going on here. We're setting up. Look at that in the background. Golly, as good as it gets.
If you've watched our videos for any length of time, you know that hunting new country is the ultimate for me. I love just how it unfolds to you. You don't know what's there, you don't know what lives there, but as you go and as you poke around and explore, you get to see all sorts of cool stuff. And this evening and this new spot did not disappoint at all. Even though we didn't see any sheep this first night, we saw plenty of beautiful vistas and all sorts of other animals, including a ton of black bears. After poking around in our drainage all morning and not churning up any sheep, we started to formulate a plan to get up through these rocky breaks and nasty crags to try and get into another drainage where the sheep could be. It was a true feat getting up this chute, but Colton found a way up to the top, and we clawed our way up there into the fog looking for the elusive sheep.
How's it hanging?
We've been poking around in the fog and the rocks all day long and looking in every nook and cranny, but we hadn't been able to churn up anything. We had one more little basin to look into, and when we came over the edge, it was the stuff that dreams are made of.
Yeah. On the snow, right? The big one.
No, holy moly.
Huge. There's a cranker.
Oh my gosh, dude. No, not on the snow.
Not on the snow.
Maybe. The fourth one down now. He's pushing full curls now.
Dude, that top one is heavy.
The top one's the biggest one.
That is a cranker.
We spent quite a bit of time watching these sheep trying to pick out which ram was the best one in the bunch, when all of a sudden they decided something wasn't quite right and they busted up into the cliffs, and we had to reorganize and re-strategize on how we were going to get close enough to make a shot happen.
I think they're just going to go get up in the cliffs. That's usually what they do when they're busted. Dang it.
No matter what it is in life, discipleship is important. My good friend Ben came along on this hunt because the three of us are total novices when it comes to sheep hunting. We've done a little bit of it, he's done a ton of it, and he knows a lot. And it was an amazing blessing to have him along to teach us everything that he knew about these sheep, about what they do when they're spooked, their behavior, their tendencies, how to approach them, how to judge them. It was just an awesome experience to have a great friend along on this hunt. And his experience proved to be invaluable. And that's what discipleship is all about. Somebody that's farther ahead than you on the journey, helping you to navigate things that you haven't experienced before in a successful way, especially when we talk about walking powerfully and practically with Jesus. We got 99.9% of the way to our goal, and we're within the last couple of seconds, and the weather started deteriorating on us in a major way. Colton was set up and getting soaked, waiting for a good clean shot on this ram, and we were finally able to make it happen right as the weather totally fell apart.
He's down. He's rolling. Holy smokes.
Okay, that's good. You want him to, I think he's fine.
Nope, he's going still.
Any other ones good? Yep. Perfect.
Oh, what's the bottom one look like?
I can't tell. Good shot.
What do you think about that experience there, Adam?
That was a sheep hunting experience for sure.
Oh,
It ain't over yet.
It's still going. I've been thinking about Psalm 121 a lot lately. And the psalmist asks the question, he says, I lift my eyes to the hills. From where will my help come from? And that is a huge question, I think, for each and every one of us as we're going through life. Like, it's just like we're looking for things to help our situation, to make our situation a little bit better, a little bit different, to relieve maybe some pain from the past or pain that we're dealing with right now, dead-end jobs, relational problems, all these different things. We're looking for help. And for us as hunters, man, I have my whole life looked to the mountains for help. I lift my eyes to the mountains. Where will my help come from? I remember early on in marriage, just like when things would just get sideways, I just jump in my pickup and tear off out of there and just head to the mountains and just run from absolutely everything. And man, when I was in the mountains, I felt better. But the problem isn't, this is how you know if you're getting help or not. You run to the mountains, you think they're helping you, but when you go home, do you still have the same problems? When you go home, do you still have the same addictions? Do you still have the same struggles? Do you still have the relational issues? Then the mountains didn't help. Man, I love these mountains. Maybe more than absolutely anybody even listening right now. It's where I've lived my entire life. I just love these mountains. But the psalmist asks, where will my help come from? And the answer is, my help will come from the Lord who created the heavens and the earth. So here's the deal. You will never find help in the mountains like you will in Jesus. Those things that you're struggling with, that are just kicking your butt all over the place, like Jesus is the answer to that. He frees you. He who believes in the Son, he will set free, and you will be free indeed. Like, you'll be free from all of this stuff. There's true help. Like, when you go to Jesus, you won't go home and still have the same addictions, the same things. Like, he will radically change your life. He will radically change relationships, and it doesn't happen in a snap overnight. Like, sometimes it's a struggle and it's a process. It took you 10 years to dig into the hole. It's going to take you a little while to dig back out. But the healing begins instantaneously. The heart change absolutely instantaneously. And beyond even the here and now help, like, the reality is, like, you can look to the mountains and man, these mountains bring you satisfaction. But when you're on your deathbed, these mountains ain't going to help you. They're not going to do anything for you. They ain't coming to your rescue. It's Jesus and Jesus alone who came for you. No one else has ever come for you. Jesus came, fully God, fully man. He came and he died in our place on the cross. And when we come to the cross, we come to a crossroads. And we have to decide which way we're going to go. And every one of us has to make that decision. Look, are you going to chase after the mountains your whole life, or are you going to chase after Jesus? Like, Jesus made the mountains. Jesus is awesome. He's more awesome than these mountains. And he has vistas that he's going to take you to places in life that you can't even imagine. So I want to challenge you today. If you've been running to the mountains your whole life, you've been running to the tree stand, you've been running to the turkey woods, like, if you've been running towards that your whole life and you're not finding help, you need to turn to Jesus, the maker of all of it. And you need to put your faith in him. Call on his name. And if you don't even know how to do that, like, when I first got going, I had no stinking clue what it meant to walk with Jesus. Like, I just knew that I needed to start moving towards him. Started going to church, and we want to help you. Like, we wrote a resource for everybody that's just like us, that needs to know how to have a practical and powerful walk with Jesus. We want you to go over to our website, or there's a QR code here you can check out. We have an app. You can do the first mile on the app. It's a resource that we wrote that will teach you everything you need to know about walking with Jesus powerfully, practically, and for the rest of your life in a way that changes your life and impacts everything around you, that helps you. So go over there, www.limitlesshunting.com. Get a copy of the first mile. And man, keep chasing after these mountains, but chase Jesus harder, and you are going to find help for your soul, both now and forever.